All right, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday night call, our opportunity business meeting. I'm glad you were able to be here tonight. I hope that you will take some time right now, text all your prospects, make those last minute calls. If you want to get anyone on, we're going to be on here for a while. We've got an upgraded, fantastic presentation for you tonight. I am your host, Scott Becker, out of Jacksonville, Florida, and it's my privilege to introduce to you my business partner. We actually share a position here together at Nexus Rewards. We are the fund marketing group, and I've been working side by side with this man for over a decade. He is the sharpest knife in the drawer, the brightest light in the light closet. He's a 30-plus year professional network marketer. He's been featured in books, magazines. He's an international stage speaker. He and I together have built massive teams. John on his own have built massive teams. And I want you to lock in right now. Grab a pen, grab some paper, get ready, take some notes, write down some questions. We're going to have a Q&A after the presentation tonight. So hold your questions till the end, but write those down so you don't forget it. Right now, I want to introduce to you our presenter tonight, Mr. John Cini.
Hey, thanks so much, Scott. Appreciate you. And I got to tell you how blessed I am to not only be in business with you, but just to know Scott. And he is just a constant inspiration. And it's always better when you're running to run with someone who's faster than you. That's how you increase your speed. And that's what Scott does for me. And if you guys have been on some of our trainings, then you've probably experienced a little bit of that. And we are also very happy to be in business with the owners and the founders of this company. They've given us quite the program here for us to be able to make some amazing things happen. So I feel like I'm going into the Guinness Book of World Records for most texts sent and received in one day. But it was crazy. The whole day has just been nonstop. But I've tried to reach as many people in one day as I could, and I got paid back for it. So it's been a great day, and in fact, the last couple of weeks have just been amazing, and they're getting better. But at the same time, we still have this whole scenario right here, people needing what we have, because most people don't like their current job situation. They don't like their income, and 3 out of 4 Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, lose sleep over their finances. And of course, money is the #1 challenge in marital issues. And most people don't have even 10 grand when they pass away, which is awful. And this is also awful. The average person doesn't have an extra $500 in case of an emergency. I mean, all these stats, we see them every year. I don't know why they put them out like in the beginning of summer. Maybe it's trying to help people get a handle on their finances before they go spend it all during vacation season. Who knows? But we see it every year. And we, as our company, are helping people get more money instead of spending more. This was really shocking right here. This came out at the beginning of the month. Look at that, June 1. And here it is, 1/3 of Americans making $250,000 a year are living paycheck to paycheck, which is really hard for me to believe. But that's what the headline said right there. But you know what? This one is not hard for me to believe. 61% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck in April, which is 9 points higher than last year, and on and on. I've heard that number, 3/4 of Americans, 2/3, whatever that number is. Point is, there's a lot of people out there that we can help that we need to talk to about what we're offering. So this is another challenge. So many people out there have tried to build a home-based business, tried to build a side hustle, but they may not have gotten the DLS of network marketing, the dirty little secret, which is the elephant on the table that nobody wants to talk about. But, you know, the old way of doing business is where in order for you to make money, other people have to lose money, and they call that spending money. And we don't like that. We think that there's a better way, right? To make money today, other people have to save money. What? How is that possible? Well, we're going to show you that. And you can tell us which way sounds better to you. I think it's a no-brainer. I mean, how long has it been since you got on a call like this and saw a way to put money in your pocket instead of going and knowing that you're going to have to go into debt to to make things happen. If you haven't had success in the industry, maybe it's time for a change. It's probably not your fault that you had all of these things stacked up against you. The odds stacked up where most people are losing money, and you have to go out there and sell, convince people to buy something that they may not want, they may never even heard about. You have overpriced products. You have very high auto ships. I just got prospected literally just a couple hours ago for a company that's charging almost $200 a month on their monthly membership. And, you know, again, they're out there. There's a lot of different ways to make money. Some people may like that. For most people, though, it's not suitable. So that's the challenge. And you can see when you look at a compensation plan, how do I qualify to get paid here? That's also very difficult. You know, just to even make out what you got to do to make the money that you want and then to break even. That's also very difficult. And that's why you have huge numbers of people leaving the business. That's what they call attrition, right? And we like to keep people, not watch them come in and then leave. And that's, again, one of the challenges in the industry. And that's why Nexus Rewards is absolutely a game changer here. And it really just comes down to common sense, because I think everybody knows for a business to be in business years later, it's got to have real customers. It's got to have people that are able to afford what you have and see value in it to keep exchanging those dollars for that value. That means a satisfied customer, where we're not buying rank with some big front end load amount of money that we throw into the company. We're not loading up a garage. You know, this guy's got a huge shipment here, right, of product right there in front of his garage. But, you know, you plug in here, you see our cost, you say, whoa, that's it? And then, you know, it's almost like just the bare minimum to even run a business. And then you're expecting, okay, someone's going to try to get me to spend more money. Doesn't happen. There's no large auto ship, and no one gets hurt financially. I mean, how fantastic is that? We help people with the 3 essentials: gas, groceries, and prescriptions. And then, you know, pretty much anything else you can spend money on. We've got the solution by getting you cash back and also other rewards for just doing a little bit extra, not much. I mean, we're talking about maybe a couple minutes, and that's it. It becomes an affordable solution for everybody. That low cost is right there on your screen, $21.95 a month. It does have a one-time setup fee of $10. So your first month is $32, and then every month after that is $22. That's it. Very affordable. Anybody in America can handle that. And here's a question for you. Would you pay a small membership fee to save a large amount of money, a much larger amount of money? Well, hey, well, guess what? Most of us already do, right? You may be familiar with some of these wholesale buying clubs, right? Sam's, Costco, BJ's, there's 10 more out there. Henry Ford said 100 years ago, you sell to the masses to dine with the classes. And that's really what's going on here. You can go out there and spend a little bit of money to be able to save a lot more. But, you know, the craziness with all those wholesale clubs is the membership clubs. Do you get paid for sharing those? No, you don't. And here with Nexus Rewards, you do. Now, we have a gas and restaurant app that really is the talk of the world right now. Why is that? I wonder. Because so many people are tired of paying through the nose for gas. I gassed up this morning about, 12 hours ago, and I saved 50 cents a gallon. Now, you know, you hear 15 or you hear 20. That's good. But where did that 50 cents come from? Well, I've referred a lot of people, and it just keeps building up and building up. And that's what you see down here at the bottom. You have an app. You find a gas station near you just by having your zip code in there or letting the app use your location. And then it'll pop up a bunch of gas stations. You pick one that you want based on how much discount they're giving you and based on the proximity to where you are. And you can punch in anywhere. If you're on vacation out of town, you can do that. But when you go there, then you choose the offer that you want. And then I just took a snapshot of my receipt, and it filled in all the blanks. I didn't even have to do anything. The whole process took me 30 seconds. It was amazing. I went to the gas station that is closest to me here at my house, which was a whopping half a mile. And they had the best deal. I think it was like within a penny of one that was a couple miles away. And of course, it was close, so it was easy. It was super quick, and boom, you know, I fill up. I think it was 16, 17 gallons, and I saved 50 cents a gallon. You do the math on that. It's not hard to do. But when we refer others, we get 15 cents a gallon per referral. Now, it's a one-time thing, but check this out right here. 1 cent a gallon for every gallon that your referrals buy. What's that word right there? Forever. Oh, my gosh. And a half cent per gallon on all their referrals forever. That stuff can start adding up. I mean, think about it. If I go refer 10 people, or if I go refer 50 people or 100 people, I mean, I haven't really sat down and said, how are they affording this? But whatever. Look at this guy, $900 cash back. Pretty crazy. Here, you can see actual screenshots. That was the first time I went and filled up, which was 3 weeks ago, and I got over $4 back that I saved on a fill up. Now, you know, on a whatever it is, $60, $70 fill up, but depending on how big your tank is, you may save $4. That's not that much, but how many times do you need to do that to cover your $22 a month, or even take a big chunk out of it, take half out of it, right there with our gas app? Now, here's the referral bonus. 21 cents doesn't look like much, but it says right here in the tiny print that I blew up, thanks to you, people earned cash back today, and since you referred them, you get a bonus too. I mean, I just love that. And you know what's even better than that is seeing other people save money. I'm going to have Scott come back on here and tell us his story about Aunt Sally.
All right, guys, some of you are familiar with our Aunt Sally. That's not my real aunt. It's just someone I refer to. John and I have been in this industry for a long time, and we've seen companies that didn't really, as John already said, allow everyone to win. And it's always been in my heart to make sure that everyone had an ability to win. The whole dream is just do a little bit of work, share a concept, an opportunity with a few people that they can share with a few people. And every company doesn't work that way. And I've always asked the owners, well, what about Aunt Sally? Aunt Sally represents someone who is not a professional network marketer. She's only got a handful of friends, but she's awesome and she's willing to share good ideas with her friends and family. Well, I've got someone, John and I have someone on our team that represents our Aunt Sally for us. She's my good friend, Joyce Harris. And we got a screenshot of her 10 days into the business. She sent me a screenshot. She's like, oh my gosh, Scott, this thing is working so good. I've got a couple of tanks of gas. I ate at a restaurant. I've already got over $30 in my cash back account in 10 days. You see on the other side of your screen, she said it's only been 10 days. And she also got thousands of points from Fetch from one Walmart receipt. And here's what's crazy. We had a little gathering a couple nights ago, had some people over, talking strategy, talking business, and her account now is over $100 in cash back in less than a month. John and I just celebrated yesterday our 1 month anniversary. Yay! Into Nexus Rewards. So she hasn't even been in a month yet. She's got over $100 cash back. And not only that, she went through, she's a premium member. And I always recommend to everyone to be a premium member because of the massive amount of benefits that are available to us for only $21.95. See, it's not just that you're going to make more than that back in your gas, in your groceries, in your prescriptions. We've got hundreds of other discounts, great benefits available. She just for a hoot went on and looked up, she saw auto insurance. So about a week and a half ago, she thought, well, let me check my auto insurance. Now she's got a new car, she's got a new truck, she's got a new RV. So she's got a big auto insurance bill. It's not typical. Everyone's not going to get these savings, but she was so blown away that she got a great deal. She's now saving over $100 a month. She's paying $100 a month less than she was paying before. And she had been with Liberty Mutual. She was with Liberty Mutual. She had our insurance discount app benefit portal, run it, and they ended up putting her through Farmers. So it's A-rated company to A-rated company, exact same coverage, $100 a month less. Well, I was telling that story the other night at our gathering, a little team building I was doing, and one of the people heard it. They went home and they ran their auto insurance. You'll see him in the downline, John. His name is Rick. Rick told me last night, he said, man, I didn't get 100 back, but I got 20 back. And I did the Rakuten 30 for 30, and I put my wife in under me. She did the Rakuten 30 for 30. What am I saying? average, everyday people are not just saving money, they are racketing up money. I made that word up. It's not a real word, but I'm a full-time senior pastor and I make up words for a living. And it is my heart to bless people. It is my heart to help people. And I think most of us have been alive long enough to know that if you spend a little bit of time helping other people to win, winning is going to come your way. I'm so glad to be here at Nexus. I'm excited to see the Joyces and the Ricks of the world making it. One other thing I'll tell you, and I'll tell you more about this on Saturday. My son, who's watched me do network marketing his whole life, he just graduated high school. He just turned 18 years old. He asked me for some printed materials to share this with his friends. So I gave him some materials to share this with his friends. He went out today. John, I told you he was going to do this. He finally did it today. He went out to the local gas station today, talked to a handful of people. He actually talked to 11 people. He was so excited. An hour after he got home, someone signed up in his downline, in his tree. My son is a $21.95 a month premium member. He's 18 years old, just graduated high school. He's growing his downline. He's talking to strangers at gas stations about, would you like to save? The gas station he was at was running a 46 cents off per gallon. And he got such good response. Everyone's like, yes, how do I do that? We need to take this message to the world because John Cini could go anywhere. He's been in network marketing for a long time. He can make a lot of money at any network he goes to. He's a professional at this. But you don't have to be John Cini to make money at this. We've got people from all walks of life, from my 18-year-old son who just graduated high school, to my friend Joyce, who loves being a grandmother, to the John Cinis of the world coming in, doing big things. You can win at Nexus Rewards. Back to you, John.
Hey, thanks so much, Scott, and congrats to Seth. I love that story. And yeah, everyone with a kid now, we're all like, man, I wish my 18-year-old would do that. That is just awesome. So thanks so much for sharing that. Congrats, Joyce, for setting the pace for the rest of us. $100. I don't have my calculator out. Do you think that'll cover her $22 a month?
Well, Rick saved $20 a month on his auto insurance. So he's just one gas fill up away from being in the profit.
Yeah, that is fantastic. So love it. All right. And look at this. I mean, this is also another huge home run right here. This came in my, just shows up in my email box, $7 for every one you refer, and there's no cap. So if I refer 3 people, I just covered my Nexus premium membership right there. I don't know if it's available to everybody, but you can plug in and see if it shows up. Great. If it doesn't, whatever. But they reserve the right to get that offer out there. It doesn't come from Nexus. It comes from the Upside app. And hey, did we give you some motivation right there to plug in and get your premium membership? Here's another thing. It's amazing because we're literally talking about every time you go out to eat, you can get paid. There's cash back from thousands of restaurants. And here's a couple examples here that we have. You can listen to our testimonials call. Why are they paying us? You see all this cash back. It's like, where's all this money coming from? Well, remember when in the old days, we would go and watch ABC, CBS, NBC, and there'd be companies spending a fortune to run ads to get you to go eat at their restaurant, local, national, all this stuff. And that money, a lot of it, if not most of it, is being rerouted. And now we're going through influencers, online people, online ads, and now shopping apps to give us cash back. That's one of the ways that this thing is flying. A lot of people don't know that, but the money is real. It's coming from the companies to get us in their door. That's what's going on here. And that's why all this is available. Because I've had so many people say to me, is that real? Is that legit? Is that actual money being paid out? And the answer is yes. And you can get cash back everywhere you go, on your groceries, at Walmart, all these different stores you'll see. And you can, on top of that, you can scan your receipts, as Scott just alluded to, and get paid for that. Now, I'm not going to spend time on this. Scott just mentioned it, the 30-30-30 deal. You go and spend $30, you get $30 cash back. How fantastic is that? I think that will cover your monthly. It'll cover your enrollment right here. You have to do it in your first 90 days. Oh, and by the way, then when you refer other people who spend the $30, you get another $30 bonus. Refer and earn $30 for every friend. Every friend. I think there's no cap on that. Pretty amazing. That's only in the U.S. and Canada right now. I have to, give that little disclaimer. But now, if you're in the U.S. and Canada, it would give you enough motivation to plug in here. But that, like I said, it'll cover your first month. 3,500 stores, every name brand out there, just about covered. And you can get that first payment within 2 weeks of that qualifying purchase. So go get it done right now. And then after that, you get paid quarterly. But look, they've paid out $2 billion in cash back to over 15 million people. These are numbers right from this company, their numbers, not mine. So pretty amazing. Then we have a premium app where they say you're going to average 6% cash back from thousands of retailers. Now, I don't know about you, but when we go put our money in the bank, are we getting 6%? Just amazing to me. No, of course not. What do they give us? Like half of a quarter of a percent? Whatever it is, even if it was 2%, we're smoking it right here. And you're getting that cash back. It's almost like you're investing your money when you go spend money, which is kind of crazy. But you can dial up this little recorded call right here. We call it our sizzle call. And it's 3.5 minutes, but 2/3 of that time is people talking about how much money they saved. So make sure you grab that. If someone can throw that number in the chat box, that would be greatly appreciated for all of our guests on here, just so you can hear people. I mean, there's one, it's like a machine gun, one after another of people raving about how much money they saved on all these discounts. Then we've got a prescription app where you can get huge discounts off medication. Even if you have insurance, they say right on our little 1-minute video about this, that you can potentially get the cost of the medication or the prescription lower than your copay on your insurance. I mean, that's pretty incredible right there. So thank you very much, Johnny, for posting that sizzle call. Here's another app that's part of our premium membership, which is used, they say, by a quarter of the Fortune 500 companies, where you can average savings of $100 a month on your auto insurance. We already heard about that. Dental, all these different things, a gym membership, identity theft, legal protection, big appliances, travel, all these different things where you can get really great discounts on, and then again, even more on restaurants and all your day-to-day purchases. In addition to all of that, with your premium membership, you actually get a rep website, back office, and training. All of that's included in that $21.95. This is an example of a back office right here, what it would look like, what it looks like for everybody. And then one of the things I love about this, I read about this every week. It's so cool to me, and I always go check it. But you can see here under genealogy, that's that tab right there. You click it, and then you scroll down, click the bottom one, personal site stats. It will literally tell you how many people have gone to your website, your personal rep website today, yesterday, and in the last month. Isn't that amazing? So, and that's by IP address. So if someone goes there 10 times, they're still just going to count as one visitor. But all of that's included in your $22 a month. So I hope you love that. I certainly do. Hey, can't I go and get all this stuff for free? A lot of it you can. And we have a great value on our free membership package. Yes, so we do have that. And you can see those 4 apps right there where you can save a lot of money. Anyone who goes and gets that free membership is a customer of ours. And we love getting customers. Nothing wrong with that at all. We also have, as Scott referenced, paid membership. The premium is what we call it. And you get a lot more value for that. We just went through it. So we call the paid members affiliates. Those are people who have the ability to build a business. And the paid membership gives you all of these other values right there where you're going to be able to save a lot more. We also get the automatic builder from Nexus Rewards. That's another fantastic program that we're not even going to talk about, but you can find out about it in your back office. And we have the ability to go and build a big network, and you can be the first person to literally tell thousands of people about Nexus Rewards. Thousands? Yeah, if you want to, or you can just tell 10, or you can tell 100, or you can tell hundreds or thousands. It's totally up to you when you're first. Now, if you're late to the dance, you might call up 100 people and 50 have already heard of it. Not the case right now, though. I think I've called 300 or texted 300 people, and I've had two tell me they had heard of this before. And both of them had signed up into it. That was pretty amazing. So that's all in place right there for a premium membership. What is the difference between Nexus and other companies that could be similar? Well, it's the low cost for starters. There are a lot of similar programs out there that are like $50 or to $100, double or quadruple the cost of what we charge. Plus, you know, this is a big deal right here. When you bundle all those services, you get a bunch of free programs. But if you did one of those free programs by itself, you wouldn't earn enough to justify spending significant time promoting one program like that alone. So it's a brilliant thing to bundle them all, and then we are going to be able to affect people's behavior by getting everyone, including me, in the habit of checking my apps before I go fill up for gas, before I go out to a restaurant, before I go to shop and buy something. I'm going to check my app, see if I can get a discount, see if I can get cash back. And then, of course, we scan that receipt. How long does that take you? Take a picture of the receipt. I mean, it takes 30 seconds, and then get even more cash back right there. With the third-party apps, this is huge right here. Nexus does not have to scale up their services. We have people say all the time, you know, they're thinking about big business. If I am going to go and bring on a huge network of 1,000 people, of tens of thousands, of hundreds of thousands of people, can Nexus Rewards handle adding 1 million customers here? And the answer is yes, right there because of that, because of that third-party setup. It's a beautiful thing, brilliant move by the owners of this company. And the income is another thing that separates it from others. A much higher percentage of revenue that's paid out to members from all the money that's taken in. And, you know, I have to rave about our corporate officers because they are longtime reps in this industry, so they know what we go through in the field, and they want us to succeed. So many owners in this industry are used to doing everything they can to not put money in their reps' pockets, which is very unfortunate, but not the case here with the Nexus Rewards founders and owners, who you're going to get to hear from here in just a little bit. So can we really go from a free or even a $22 a month program to a gigantic company? Well, check this out. This was a game changer for me when the owner shared this with me. If you're skeptical that you can actually go and build a humongous business, well, look at the Spotify business model. Now, most people know what Spotify is, but if you don't know, they transformed music listening forever. That's what they have right on their website. And, you know, it launched just 15 years ago almost. And it's one of the largest streaming music providers out there. And you can get a free service. They have look at that number right there, almost 500 million monthly active users, and they've got a fraction of that paying for their service. What did they do? Well, they offered a free service, and then they provided great value, and then a lot of people, a percentage, wanted to upgrade and become a paid user so that they could play without ads, commercials in between the music, or, you know, what some of the other benefits of having their paid service. So that's exactly what Nexus Rewards is doing. We are bringing people in, they can get a free service, and we're going to have, you know, great value attached to that. But we also have a bundled package that gives a lot more than it takes. Again, just like a Sam's Club or a Costco wholesale membership, it's going to save you a lot more than what it costs. No brainer. I hope you see this. It's the most logical business model Scott and I've ever seen. And we actually wanted to do this ourselves a couple of years ago. For one reason or another, we didn't put it together. And I have to say, looking back, I'm glad that we didn't, because these guys did it and they did it right. Everything's in place here. I love it. It really is all mindset. You know, when you look at hey, should I do this? Should I cough up $22 a month right now? Well, let me make it easy on you. You already waste way more than $22 a month, right? I'll just give you the quick checklist. You can check these off on the side of your screen as we roll down. You didn't shop your car insurance. That probably cost you hundreds of dollars a year. No problem. Your cable bill promotional deal ran out and you didn't renegotiate it, right? I didn't even pay attention to it. Didn't even think about it. Well, how much did they jack you on that? Probably more than $22 a month. You haven't watched Hulu or whatever streaming service in months. but you're still paying for it. Anybody fall in that category? You have a magazine, you know, oh yeah, get it for $1. And next thing you know, you're paying $20 a year for that, or, you know, $5 a month. You bought a timeshare that you haven't used in years. You have coupons you could use that would easily save you the $22 a month, but you can't be bothered to go and get them. Oh, this is my favorite one right here. You get a $5 latte at Starbucks every day. Man, that's only $100 a month. I said that to a buddy of mine, and he went home, and he literally did the math, and he admitted to me, to his credit, it was awesome. He admitted to me the next day, he was like, I'm spending $300 a month at Starbucks. Face plant, oh my gosh. And he cut that off right away. I was like, $300 a month? Give me a break. That is just crazy to me. Oh, and this is a great one too. I already have the Upside app, but I never remember to use it. You gonna remember now? Even if you already have one of these apps or all of them, you can plug the link in, your referral link, into our Nexus back office and then get credit for them, rolling right with the Nexus program. You don't have to go re-sign up or change anything. You just grab that referral link, put it in there, and then everyone you bring on to Nexus, you'll still get credit for that. I mean, it's just such a great setup. You can literally turn pocket change into a significant income right here. How do we earn? Well, it's real easy. I hope I don't lose anybody here. Use the apps and refer other people, okay? And then that's going to lead you to being able to pay off your bills, get out of debt, enjoy time with your family, hey, more time freedom, buy a little side hustle, and then hopefully get, you know, financially independent, take vacations, whatever you want. But there's a 100% money back guarantee with the program. It's right on the website, and I've never seen anything this easy. You don't have to be an expert on anything here. It really is a matter of minutes. Even if you had to spend 2 hours to get up to speed on our apps, it's the simplest business you'll ever encounter. You know, it's not like you got to go study something. This is really where we started having fun. We're racing definitely to go and get up this ladder right there. That is our ranking system. And you can see the ranks over here. The number beside the rank is the total number of members in your group. Now, to hit pro, you need 5 personal enrollments. That's what the PE stands for. 5 to hit pro. Okay, everyone can do that. If you've only brought 2 people in before into a networking business, no worries. Let me tell you, this is 10 times easier to share and plug people into. So you might, if you've only gotten 2 before and anything else, you may actually be able to go and get 10 or 20 real quick into this. And as your team naturally grows, you can achieve ranks that then pay you even more. And that's what you see here as we're going up. Now, I'm just showing we've got a bunch of people that have ranked up here, and I'm recognizing all the people that are laying the highway for everybody else to fly on down the path that they have paved. So congratulations to all of them. 1 star has the star beside it because that is the rank where you can start growing at the rate of growth of the company. And let me tell you, you get 100 people underneath you, all of a sudden they're looking at what's going on with the company. They're getting on these webcasts and they're jamming and going crazy. Scott and I just had Kim Ward in our organization hit 1 star, and we've never even talked to her. I saw that and I said, man, I want to meet her. So congratulations, Kim. Fantastic work. Kim came in with Gloria McDonald, and Gloria set the record for hitting 2 star. Also, and before that, Mike Glaspie paved the way for her to do that. And thank you to Nick, who brought in Mike and then brought us in, and here we go, off to the races. Congratulations also to Carolyn and Rob. I could sit here and just recognize so many other people that have ranked up, but I did want to give some extra special attention to all of them. Now, I got to give you our disclaimer. We talk about making money here, and if you want to read all that, you can go see it on the company website. I'm going to make it real easy for you. At the bottom, we don't guarantee any income. This is not a salary. This is a business that's tied to your effort, okay? Your time that you put in, your skills that you have, your contacts. It's not what you know, it's who you know, right? And so that's our little disclaimer on there. Now, I get the privilege of introducing the founders, the owners of this operation, the brilliant guys that put this together. And, they're not new here. We talked about how long we've been in the industry. And Art Phelps and Rob Phelps, brothers, came into the industry over 30 years ago. And, they were one of the top ranking reps for Rexall, if you can go back that far. And they had about 95% of that entire company under them, which is just amazing. I want to do that right here. 95%. That would be an amazing accomplishment. They launched their auto builder. Man, that's already 2 decades ago right there in that time period. And they've had that thing running, and you can get it right here. It works well. There's a website online with endless great reviews about how fantastic auto builder is. Then they launched Nexus right here. Now, obviously, they got a lot of experience in between all those years. I just touched on the highlights of them in their career, but they've been on the advisory board for 3 different companies. They know the industry, and thank goodness they know compensation and they know programming. We don't have to worry about that stuff. And I love their goals right here, to help millions of people create a residual income for a long time to come. And they want to be a legacy company. So they have serious motivation to help this thing fly for a long time. So if I can bring on Art Phelps, who was one of the first people I talked to in this business after I got done on the phone with the guys who brought Scott and me in. Art, are you there from Long Island, New York?
Hey, John, I'm here. Good to be here.
Yeah, thanks so much for jumping on with us tonight.
Awesome. Yeah. And there's a lot of in-between stuff there. We actually got started in 1989. We come out of the construction industry. My brother, actually, my background is in painting and sculpture. I was an artist pursuing my art career in New York City in the late 80s. And I bought a home on Long Island as a speculative thing to, flip and stuff. But right after I bought the house, the market crashed and I couldn't afford my apartment and the house. So I had to move out from New York City, which I really didn't like doing. But we lived in the house, and I went to work with my brother, and he kind of made me a partner in the construction business. And I think he made me a partner so they didn't have to pay me a regular salary. So, but it was a struggle. I mean, it was really, really a struggle back in 87, 88, 89. And we were looking for side hustles. We were looking for other things that we could do to make some money, and tried a couple of different things. Had a frookie cookie route where we were delivering these high-end cookies to grocery stores all over Long Island, and that didn't really work out. And then Rob saw an ad in the newspaper, and we went to a meeting, and it was in a guy's office, and he started drawing circles on the board, and we got introduced to network marketing. It was actually NSA, water filter company at that time. It kind of made sense to us because we were, going into homes and giving estimates and bids, and so we're a puppy dog in the water filters, let people do the little test, show them how the water's got chlorine in it, and you run it through the filter, no chlorine. And so we got sales and stuff. And then, but there wasn't a lot of money in that. And the construction just kept declining. I mean, it was like, not good. And so here I am, I'm in my early 30s. And my motivation, honestly, was to stop having to go to my dad every month and borrow some more money to pay my bills. I mean, my parents are great, phenomenal people, loving, caring, very, very supportive, and help in any way they can. But I mean, I just was like, I didn't feel like a man. I mean, I didn't feel good. It was like, I can't even carry my own weight with this thing. So, they talk about your motivation. I was really highly, highly motivated to make a go of it. So, so we figured, okay, let's start building this thing. And we really started building it. But what we realized with that particular company was it was a bit of a front load. I mean, people could come in for $5,000, $25,000. There was zero residual. People buy 40 water filters. They're not going to buy anything the next month. And so after about 6 months, I think we got introduced to Rexall, Rexall Showcase International. Some people had bought the Rexall company. They bought the name Rexall. They were always independent franchises. that we grew up with. I remember being a young kid in the Bronx and going to the Rexall. You know, it was the drugstore that had just about everything. So had brand name recognition. And what motivated us to do it was two things, John. One is we saw that, okay, here's a brand new company. It's got brand name recognition. That's good. They had some consumable products that people could order over and over and over again. And the second thing was that we had already seen what happened with NSA. We were a little late to the game. I heard you mention that a little bit earlier. When we got involved with them, they were already doing like $250 million a year. But the years before that, you know, they started and they went from 10 million to 20 million to 80 million, and then from 80 to 240 million, and that's where we got in. And so a lot of people, like, we were advertising for it, and a lot of people, oh yeah, I heard of that thing. Oh yeah, I've already been in it. I made up my mind, it's not for me. And so we said, wow, if we could ever get into a situation where we were first, where we were, I mean, the top earner in that company, Jeff, he's still the top earner. You know, he was making, I don't know what he was making, 150,000 a month when we were in, but that was when the company was doing 240 million. You know, I said, if we can get in a company, maybe we could be Jeff if we work hard and if we really go at it. So again, we were highly, highly motivated. We wanted out of construction because we just saw that it just wasn't meeting our needs. And we knew that networking could work because we saw it working for other people. So we went to work, and the first 10 months was work, really, really work. You know, so we were running ads, of course, talk to everybody, you know, but soon you can run out of that. And then we answered an ad, so we ran ads. We had a small office. We were doing meetings every day, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, break for dinner, and do a meeting at 7 o'clock every night. We did that 4 days a week. Friday, we didn't do the night meeting, but Saturday we did training. So we were doing a ton of meetings all the time. And the whole goal was just invite people to the meetings. It's great. You could do 2 meetings a week. We were doing 5 a day, you know, so, and it took a little bit, you know, it started small and it took a little bit, but after about 8 or 9 months, I think we were in like the 5,000, 6,000 a month range, and some whales, I mean, huge networkers, I think from your company, John, saw the Rexall opportunity, heard about it. They didn't hear about it from me, but they heard about it from someone in my downline. And so I ended up doing the 3-way calls with these guys. And when they came on board, the dynamics of our particular business changed dramatically. It was literally like bringing a Gloria McDonald into the game, or a Nick Skolsky into the game. And our check jumped to over 10,000 the first month. Then it went to 15, then it went to 20, then it went to 30, then it went to 40, then it went to 50. I mean, it just kept going up and up and up. And so we had a phenomenal run with those guys for about, I think it was about 13 years. The company got sold, and then the decision was made on the part of the company to dramatically change the compensation plan. And I fought those changes for as long as I could, because I saw what was going to happen when those changes went into place. They were going to make it more difficult to rank advance, more difficult for people to climb the ladder, take the steps to success. And I just didn't want to be part of it. I just, you know, I was like, okay, well, you're not going to change. We're the company. We're going to do whatever we want to do. So you're not going to change. So we're going to sell our distributorship. And so we did sell our distributorship. We actually sold it to the company. They had the first right of refusal, and they, you know, we thought it was a lot of money actually when we first sold it, but we, I'm not sure, in hindsight, that was probably our best decision, because in that sale was a non-compete clause, meaning I couldn't contact anybody, all my contacts, all my downlines, I couldn't contact any of them about any deal for 2 years. And so they structured the payments to go out over 2 years. So basically, after a few months of like not doing anything, so well, I got to do something. So we found a little company, but I had to start all over again. And I honestly, I sort of forgot how hard it was to start all over again because I didn't have a following of people that I could just say, hey guys, we're going here now. So I literally had to start all over again, running the ads. I mean, fortunately, the internet came around. We were able to do different presentation types and things like that. But it still took me 10 months to get back to that point of, 10K a month was always like, okay, we get that, we can breathe. I mean, it's kind of expensive here in New York. So you kind of need that so you can, live here with the taxes and everything else like that. So it was 10-month run. And then it started going. And then our 2-year agreement ran out with Rex. Also, other people were able to flock over to us and stuff like that. So, and then that company, after about 10 years, did it again. They said, we're changing the comp plan. I'm like, what? Why are you doing that? We're the top reps. We got this thing going. Well, we're the company. We do whatever we want to do. And I'm like, oh, God, here we go again. It was like a broken record. So, and that was about 10 years ago. So so we just said, okay, send us our checks and we're just going to go do what we want to do. But I wasn't signing a non-compete again. I wasn't doing that. So for the last 10 years, John, we've been shopping. I've been trying things. I've been exploring options, and we pretty much did it all, whether it was a matrix, with a unilevel, with a binary, even did a bunch of crypto things, kind of looking for the magic thing that we could sink our teeth into. And honestly, I really didn't want to be an owner. I mean, it's not like I didn't feel like I was capable, because I know I have a passion for doing things, and I'm, want to help people succeed. It's just that I'd rather join a company than be a company. It's just, the workload is ridiculous. So, but anyways, after a year of, the last year, it's kind of been like, okay, I know what I want. We know a comp plan, but we definitely know it's going to work. It's a plan I would want to do if I was in the field. I would get so excited about doing this plan. So couldn't find a company to go along with me. Spoke to dozens of owners of different companies and just shared with them everything I've just shared with you guys. Here's our credentials. This is what we've done. You be the company and stuff. And they were like, no, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. I was like, okay, whatever. So Rob and I said, well, we'll just do it. And so that's when we really kind of, it was about a year ago, we kind of made the decision. We hooked up with some old partners who had a single app. And I said, well, we can build from that. And so then the work started going with this. But we literally designed the plan to be built as a plan that I would love to build myself. It's $10 a month. It's $22. You mentioned that. Of the 22, you get $10 a month on personal referrals. Now, to me, earn $10 on people, typically they got to do it minimum $50 a month. Usually it's $100 a month where you're getting 10% every month. Here on a $22, it's $10 a month. And we have people that have sponsored 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 plus people already. Because the game changer here is that we're giving people what they're looking for. We don't have to convince them that their water doesn't taste good, or they need to lower their cholesterol, or whatever other companies are marketing to people. We're giving them, hey, you want a discount of gas? Yes. Okay, go look at this, So the plan was built with that in mind, to reward the doers. We had a 10-level referral program, just because that's the way you're going to make a lot of money in network marketing. It's not on the people you necessarily refer, or even the ones they refer, but it's going to be on the people, the whales that come in 2-3 levels, maybe 5-6 months from now, who are falling into your network. That's going to change your world once they come on board. We've got leadership infinity payouts that were purposely structured so that the average person could get to these things. Typically, to get into like top earning in network marketing, you can need an organization that's doing 100,000 a month, 200,000 a month, $500,000 a month, that sort of thing. We purposely shied away from all that stuff. We just want to create a plan where, big leaders are going to win no matter where they go. But where can the little guy who's just got the Aunt Sally's of the world, where can they go? Where can they get into profit really quick? I mean, think about it. Sponsor 3 people, you make it $30. You're in profit. Okay. We've got global profit sharing up there for the big guys. Yeah. Build a business. We'll give you a piece of the whole company. We've got dynamic compression, which basically means if people aren't qualified to earn commissions, they're going to go to the nearest star, upline star. That's the 100 person that John was talking about. That's when your business can really, really start to take off. We've got an infinity coded bonus that's unlike anything else, so unique it's copyrighted. And this is it's not even a short-term thing. This is a long-term thing. This is a long-term play. A year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, there are people that are going to be receiving $5 coded infinity bonuses, not 10 levels deep, not even 20 levels deep. They're going to be people that are receiving it 50 or 100 levels deep, or even deeper than that. It's just this infinite depth of a $5 coded program. And we're really excited about that. And we got a fast start bonus. I mean, we got a way you come in our program, sponsor 3 people in your first week. We're going to reward you immensely when you do that. And we got a lot of people doing it. We got a lot of people sponsoring 3 people a day. So that's pretty good. And we got a 3x10 bonus matrix that we throw in on top. So it's a little bit of a kind of a hybrid plan that really rewards every level of activity. Whether you're, sharing it with 1 or 2 people a day, or you're going crazy like John and sharing, doing 50 texts a day. You can win with this. And I do want to congratulate the stars, but I'd also like to just congratulate, some of the other people who are ranking events. Just take 1 minute to do that, John. First of all the pros out there, great job, man. Great job. I know people who have become pros in this thing who have literally never sponsored anyone before, but it's the strength of the offer. And that's driving them to it. We've got the videos that will share it for you. You don't have to share it. Just get somebody to watch a 2-minute video, 5-minute video, man. They're gonna see the potential here. So all our pros, all our fast start winners, congratulations. Even all our new people who are just coming in and getting some success with some of the apps. Congratulations to all of you. I'm so excited that the products are really, really working for people, and people are getting that cash back. And so we're helping people. We're crossing that. But beyond that, I'd like to congratulate some of our Pro 25s. We've got Ed Hudson, who's a Pro 25. That's our first real leadership level. We got Carla Archer. She's a Pro 25. Goran Konkos, Goran's Pro 25. Teresa Jensen, I believe she's pretty new. She's a Pro 25 as well. Bob Brooks, Pro 50. Linda Seville, she's actually Kim's sponsor. She's a Pro 50. I'm sure she's going to be cracking 1 star pretty soon. Duncan Gregory, a Pro 50. Bruce Nelkin, I'm sure he's going to be cracking 1 star pretty soon too. He's a Pro 50. And Kim Ward. Kim Ward's a really cool story. She's only 2 weeks in the business, and she's got to 1 star. So congratulations to Kim, and kudos to you guys too. I mean, I know you're knocking at the 2-star door, but you made it to 1 star pretty dang quick as well. So congratulations to you and Scott. And of course, Bob Wade, 1 star. Yeah, Bob's an interesting guy because Bob didn't sponsor a lot of people. Bob sponsored a couple of good people, which is, sometimes it's who you know, right? So I think Bob only has like a half a dozen signups, but out of that, he's a 1 star. So it just shows you that the plan can work. You don't necessarily need a lot, but you increase your odds by getting more. Carolyn Fernandez, 1 star, who you mentioned. And of course, Gloria, 2 star. I think she's knocking a 3 star right now. And then Mike Glaspie, and of course, our path setter or leader, Nick Skolsky, who is, I think he's knocking at the diamond door right now, but he's 3 star right now and leading the path for all of us. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of share a little bit of my motivation and background and why we kind of got into this industry and what we're trying to do here with Nexus. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Awesome.
Thank you, John.
What a treat. Hey, thank you so much, Art. Just love that, the detail that you just shared with us, and all of the, the backstory. It's rare that you get that much comprehensive info, the background of what you went through and your experience. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. Just really amazing, especially for people that are new in this industry. You hear some of that and say, wow, okay, so it wasn't just like luck, or it wasn't, something that just kind of happened. You went out there and you worked for it. And I love that. So really rewarding to hear all of that. And it's also nice to see all the details. We're not going to spend any more time on the comp plan. I'm just showing you this chart because it's my favorite. But these are the maximum amounts you can put in your pocket down 10 levels, and all the fine details are online, and you can go through the flip book, that awesome document that Art put together for us, and get all the details on all of that. You can also go in the back office after you enroll, of course. You can see the auto builder, the tool that we have there, just in that is fantastic. It's definitely a proven tool to go out there and crank up this business. So kudos to them for putting that together. Really, you got everything that you need here to go get cash back on every thing that you spend money on, save a ton of money on prescriptions, affordable program, refer other people, and get $10 a month on a $22 spend, 45%. That's just unreal. Same thing with being able to get paid on 10 levels. You get your 5 and you get paid down 6 levels right away. So that's fantastic. And then to go get, the other levels. I mean, you're going to make a lot. If you can get down there on the 10th level, you're toast. I mean, you're going to be making very good money in any plan. And then all the other bonuses, the loyalty rewards, that's thinking long-term right there. I love that. Same thing with the global bonus pool. If you can get a piece of that, you're definitely going to be walking on sunshine. We've got a lot of different ways to make money here. You got a lot of different tools and support. And, oh, by the way, which we don't talk enough about, we're open internationally. We're, in dozens of countries with some of our services, but then everyone who's outside those countries can recruit inside those countries and put a network together where we do have services. So it's really well thought out. Like Art said, the path has been laid for us. The highway has been paved, and all we got to do is go and share it. They've given us capture pages and landing pages, great videos, this recording, I just reiterate that, and all these other tools, really everything that you need. You don't have to go out there and get a bunch of other stuff. I'm going to take 1 minute here, talk about timing. Every company goes through 4 phases of growth. If you can catch a company before it goes into concentration and critical mass, and then ride that wave of momentum, boy, you are lucky. We talk about in real estate, what are the 3 most important words? Location, location, location. Well, in marketing, what are the 3 most important words? Timing, timing, and timing. By the way, my phone has been ringing through this entire presentation. It's been kind of funny. And normally, to get to the concentration growth phase of a company, it takes 2 or 3 years, sometimes longer. Here, we think it's actually going to happen back here by the end of this year, because that can happen if a company launches the right way with everything in place. But most of the time, it takes a company a while to get all of that stuff in place, to get the right attorney, to get the right employees, to get the right country licensing done, and product licensing. All that stuff takes a ton of time, and we don't have any of those barriers. And that's why now is the time. We think we're going to hit that critical mass point and go vertical. I'm already feeling it. So I hope that you get into that position very quickly and join us right there. Now, you want some proof of the growth? Well, we don't have to look very far. SimilarWebs.com actually does website traffic ranking to tell you how many people saw a site. Now, they always have a 60-day lag, 2-month lag. And so we're only able to see April, but here in just a week, we're going to be able to see May's numbers, and we'll find out how on target, my numbers are. I have no idea. I just made that number up. It seems like we're going to go up 5 times. We might go up 10 times. We might go up 2 times. I don't know if we get a double or what, but that'll be how many people are going to the site. I wanted to send, just in the month of June, I wanted to send 10,000 people to the site. I'm just joking around. I have no idea. But everyone I send personally, if they all go send 10 and then those 10 all and go send 10, you can see how this duplicates and grows very quickly. And if we get that May number and it's way up here, well, there you go. There's that same exact vertical line that I was showing on the previous slide. And we do expect the May numbers to be exponentially higher than April, just like April was 3 times what March was. And, so there you go. That's how these things grow. You can follow this and check it out. I have no doubt our number is going to be to the moon here by the end of the year. So it's kind of fun. This is a slow time of year, right? Everybody's on vacation, June, July, August, and we're going crazy. Now, if you want to plug in here, it's real easy. Go to mynexusrewards.com/ the username of the person that invited you. You just need to know what that is. This is the rep website for everybody, mynexusrewards.com, and then the username, whatever that is. And you'll know if you're on their page because you'll see their name or maybe some of their info down there at the bottom. Then you click that Join Now button at the top. Actually, the menu has been moved over here a little bit, so it's in the center of the website now. I got to update my slide. But, you know, that, again, it's just real easy, very user-friendly to find everything. And once you click that Join Now button, then you'll see this page, and you get a long list of all the stuff you get in your premium subscription. And at the bottom, you'll see a button that's similar to this. I think that's also been changed already. But no worries, it's still very obvious. Click that button to get your premium membership. Not hard to do. And by the way, friends don't let friends enroll for free. So get that premium membership, start saving that money right away. The next screen after you click that become a premium member is, or, you know, free one, whatever. Then you got to pick your country, and you can hit that down arrow, and you see all kinds of countries listed there. The list just goes, we always say it goes to China. It really does. It goes down forever, right through your basement. But that country selection then leads to your name, phone number, email, and your address. And then if you're getting your premium membership, give them a charge card, check I agree to play by the rules, and you're done. And you're in the system, you get a back office. Now, if you want the path to serious money, and if you're like me, you want that right away. You know, in a traditional network, traditional company, like Art was just talking about, all the details he gave you on what he went through, and it was almost the same story for me, same story for Scott Becker. I mean, it's really fascinating when you hear the similarities of all these different stories of what we went through 30 years ago. But how many people in my organization, downline is what we call it, are needed to get to a $10,000 monthly check, a 5-figure check? That's similar to a 6-figure annual income, you know, whatever. How many people do you need? Well, you know, in the old days, it was 2,000 people doing $100 each to create 200 grand in revenue to get 5% of that, which would pay you a $10,000 check. Now, if that math was like too fast, sorry, I don't want to spend all day on this, but you know, you can take a screenshot of that, or you know, you can talk to the person that invited you and go through that. But you're talking about a significant business. If you generate 200 grand a month in revenue, I mean, it's like you got your own Subway store franchise at that point. That's 2,000 people doing $100 a month each. Or if you wanted to, you know, take it down to a level of how many people walk into my Subway store to create 200 grand in revenue. I mean, you do that all day, right? But that is in our networking world, everybody's spending $100. Here, it's about 1/5 of that, right? With 20 bucks a month, 22. Using that same math, you would need 5 times, right? 1/5, 5 times the people at 1/5 to spend to get that same amount of revenue. So 2,000 downline times 5. Oh, you need 10,000 people to go reach that 200 grand. I mean, obviously 10,000 downline at 22 a month would be 220K, $220,000. And then what's your commission on $22? Well, we use $1 a month. That's about 5%. I'm, you know, not going to get into the exact numbers there. It's going to be close to that. It could be a lot more depending on how many on your front line you get, how many personal you get at $10 a month, and then how quickly you rank up and outpace some of the other stuff going on. But, you know, here's the bottom line. What's easier to build? 2,000 people in a traditional networking company or 10,000 in Nexus? That is the question. That is the right question. Little iRobot action there for you. I mean, if you look at those numbers, you think about it, you might instantly go, oh, yeah, it's way easier to put 2,000 people than 10,000. But you know what? It's not. Sorry. How long does it take you to get 2,000 people in a traditional downline? 6 months? A year? 2 years? So it should take 5 times that to get to 10,000, right? That would be 2.5 years instead of 6 months, half a year, or 5 years instead of a year, or, you know, again, this is at your own pace, however long it takes you to go get 22,000 people in an organization. But here's the tripwire. It actually is going to take you way less than half to go get 10,000 in Nexus. Now, I'm talking to someone who's a power networker here who can, have that kind of vision. Scott and I just last year put 20,000 people into another company in 8-9 months. So we definitely know what it takes to go and do that. Now, if you're looking at that going, gee, I just like to get 10 and maybe 100. Hey, that's fine too. I'm right now, I'm just talking to people that want to go and earn serious income, which I'm sure is only a small percentage. I'm just kidding. I know a lot of people want to go and do that, and they would love to go and be able to capitalize on this situation because of the low cost. You can grow Nexus 10 times faster than your typical business. How do we know that? Because I just told you, I gave you evidence. I mean, we've done this before multiple times. So spending $22 is an instant decision. It's like going, should we get the popcorn at the movie? It's not like you need a week to think about it, right? Are we going to get the steak? Or are we going to get the lobster? And even with that situation, are we going to go to Popeyes or are we going to go to Red Lobster? I mean, you can do this all day. The money that you're spending there is an instant decision, whereas spending $100 and then committing to doing $100 a month repeatedly, that's a major buying decision. You might want to talk with your significant other before you make a move like that. So it really is a different situation with Nexus. And then the biggest part of the whole thing, half your people in a traditional situation, because they're spending so much money, they quit a few months into it, and you have to replace all those people. That's the attrition we talked about at the beginning. So I hope that makes sense. I'm going to stop here. I'm not going to go through all of this. If you want to see our fast start checklist, you can check that out on some of the recordings that we have. They're in the Telegram group. You just have to scroll back a couple weeks. We'll have another recording that'll be posted up with all of that stuff. It'll be fresh in the next day or two. And then join us for Saturday morning if you want to get that, because we've already run way over our time. But that's because we got a couple of extra special treats here tonight. I'm not complaining. But that was, I hope you got your money's worth here. We definitely went through a lot of info very quickly. I'm going to just wrap this up by going through, jumping ahead to my little screen here and let you know that all of our founders that are plugged in here, and we got a lot of them. I mean, all these people that, again, were paving the highway long before I got here. We're grateful for them, grateful for Art and Rob, and thank you to Bruce for doing all the moderation on this call, and to Nick and everybody who had faith in this company and got all this in place for us. Now all we got to do is go and build. So get out there, share this business with everybody. We're done now for this week. Till Saturday morning, we're going to be at this exact same Zoom location, and we will have a training 10 a.m. Saturday morning, and it'll be on how to build this business in a lot more detail. We got, again, always special treats for you. If you want to see some of the little inside secrets on how to crank these types of things up, then we'll share that with you. We'll spend a little time on making money for sure. And also, we might even talk about using that product. So appreciate you all being on here tonight. Thank you, Art. Thank you, Scott. Plug in, get back to the person that invited you tonight and get a position, and then go and share the word with a lot of other people. All right, we're wrapped up. I'm going to hit the stop button on our little recording right now.